How many books about cannibalism do you think I could find in this bookstore? Let's find out. Ta-da! My name is Emily Tarnelli. I'm a reporter at the Peninsula Press, and I spent a year studying the rise of a new trend in recent fiction: cannibalism. Now, you might be thinking, is cannibalism in pop culture actually that popular? And the answer is yes. Just this past year, we've seen a ton of new books and TV shows featuring cannibalism, like the season 3 premiere of the Showtime series Yellow Jackets, the publication of The Lamb by Lucy Rose back in February, What Hunger by Catherine Dang in August, and, most recently, Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake in October. But this trend isn't new to 2025. Really, over the last few years, cannibalism has consumed our books, movies, TV shows, and even our music. And let's not forget that President Donald Trump made numerous references to Hannibal Lecter over the course of his 2024 presidential campaign.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter. Did anybody ever hear of Hannibal Lecter?
Of course, Lecter is the iconic cannibal villain from Jonathan Demme's 1991 film, The Silence of the Lambs.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
So, fictional cannibalism and references to cannibalism are everywhere nowadays. But why? What's compelling about these contemporary cannibal stories is that the vast majority of them are created by women, and most of them are about female cannibals. Take Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake, where a cannibalistic sorority hunts down misogynistic men and eats them as part of a sinister wellness trend.
The female body, the feminine body is like, you can sort of pontificate endlessly, right? Like there's so many different allegories you could apply to it. I think that's another reason why cannibalism and feminine authored cannibalism is especially effective, because it's this thing that like we're not really allowed to freely consume. But it's also the thing that defines the goodness of our womanhood. Like, can we nurture with food?
Blake isn't the only one to use cannibalism as a feminist allegory. What Hunger by Catherine Dang follows Veronica, a Vietnamese-American teenager who develops cannibalistic cravings after a boy rapes her at a party. Dang's novel is also rooted in histories of survival and the aftermath of the Vietnam War.
I guess I'm just also very aware that like cannibalism is, and it is an act of desperation. I feel like most people would never engage with it unless it was like a super dire situation. And the cannibalism in What Hunger, it doesn't come from a place of like spectacle or like, wow, isn't this gnarly? It was an urban legend that my mom heard in the refugee camps. After I was done writing the novel, I decided to like do some research on my own. And I found out that there were like all these articles from the 80s, like in the New York Times, the Washington Post, the LA Times, covering stories of actual cannibalism among Vietnamese refugees. So my mom's urban legend was not something that she had just heard out of nowhere. Like this stuff had actually happened out at sea. People were pushed to the brink of desperation.
So why cannibalism now? Let's hear what fans have to say.
I feel like the spike in specifically like feminist, cannibalist literature coincides really nicely with the Me Too movement, coming like right alongside, right after it. Because a lot of it has to do with women's bodies and having control of a woman's body and who gets to violate it and how.
But others say the trend has become overdone and that cannibalism has lost its bite.
It's everywhere. It's very popular right now. So if you just see something a lot, you're not going to react as strongly. But also we are told to expect it because of certain marketing and publicity angles. And so how can you be shocked by it at that point, you know?
This trend is nowhere near finished. There are plenty of upcoming cannibal stories on the menu for 2026, including the season 4 premiere of Yellow Jackets and at least 3 new novels. Will fictional cannibalism stay a woman-forward trend, or will it take a new direction? We'll just have to wait and see. But for now, there's plenty of cannibal stories you can sink your teeth into. I'm Emily Tarnelli, reporting for the Peninsula Press.